everybody, happy Tenacity Tuesday. I have a super exciting guest for you guys. This is somebody I have been wanting to interview for a while, so I'm super excited that he's here with me. But I'm going to allow him to introduce himself as well as tell us his position and the time that he's been on the team.
Hi, everyone. This is James Wright, and really a pleasure to be here, and so thankful that I'm here with Kaylee. What a blessing it is. So, a little bit about me. I've been a certified public accountant for about 30 years or so, and got into it because of personal reasons. In my family, my dad passed away young, and so he was the main breadwinner. And I thought, well, what can I go into to be able to help people? And I thought, well, being a CPA would be a good place to start. And I've been blessed to be able to serve in that capacity for a while. And thankfully, one day, I ran into a handsome a young man by the name of Frank Vidal, and really great guy. And I noticed, it's just like, wait, this guy's really dressed nice, and he has an incredible confidence about him. I'm just going to say hi to him, and that's basically how we met. And he kept on following up and recruited me in the business. And so that was prior to COVID. And then he finally recruited me when COVID hit in 2020. And I've been here since as an associate. And it's been truly a blessing. So
I love that. That's awesome. I think that's cool. So you said you came in right before COVID. So this would be like 2019 or like.
So he started recruiting me in 2019. I didn't
Okay.
come till later, mid-year 2020. So he had to constantly follow up. I'm one of these guys, no, no. And a little bit later, I don't have time for it right now. And so I'm glad he followed up because I wouldn't be here. So it's truly a blessing.
I love that. I love that. Do you do this part-time or full-time?
Right now, part-time. I'm looking to make this full-time sometime in the next year or so. So there's just so many people that we have the opportunity to impact their lives, and it's just a great opportunity. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to that.
Wonderful. I love that. I think that's super cool that you are kind of in all sides of finance because you're a CPA as well as being here in Tenacity. So I think that's really cool and really unique. But you kind of already answered my next question of what you were doing before business. So tell me a little bit about what was one of your biggest surprises that you had coming into business. So this could be maybe a myth you busted, a stereotype that you found wasn't true, or maybe something about the culture that you really loved.
Well, let's speak to culture. Being
Absolutely.
being in business usually, because I have, I'm part business owner in the company I'm working for. It's very competitive, and so being competitive, people maybe are not as cordial or as nice. So when I came here, and I looked, wow, everyone, greeted me with open arms and were really nice. So I'm, wait a second, this is different. This is different. And people wanted to help me grow and become the best version of myself. You don't have that in corporate America. And so that's just one of the things that I thought, well, if you're in business with yourself. That's not true. You have a group of people here that are loving upon you, that are believing upon you. And then it's not about you, it's about being of service and being a blessing to other people. And so once you figure that out, and figure out that we're all in this together. We want to see each other win. There's not too many cultures out there that have that. They have recognition here. They recognize you every step of the way. Your coaches become your friends, and you develop friendships here. And all along the way, we're improving ourselves 1% every day, and you don't see that in corporate America. So that's one of the myths. And the other myth is that, yeah, I have all the time in the world. No, no, you don't have all the time in the world. Crystal and Alma kind of showed us this. So I think it's really important when you want to do something. Number one, just go for it. Whether you're ready or not, go for it. And the beautiful thing is that we have our coaches, we have our friends here to help us when we make mistakes. There is no such thing as failure. Okay, that's one of the biggest things that I had to get over coming into the business, is being afraid of failure. There is no such thing. You just, first attempt at learning, you just keep on growing, and grow forward. And it's just it's a beautiful thing to see how I see someone like you grow and with doing this in Tenacity Tuesdays. I see Justin and his growth. I see Frank's growth. I see Daisy's growth. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see. Just a lot of wonderful people here in Tenacity that are putting the clients first and teammates as well. And so a lot of sacrificial giving. And I truly appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I like that. And I completely agree. I definitely feel like I was almost overwhelmed by how amazing the culture was here. And I think I really felt it too when I went to convention for Vegas last year, because that was the first time I had done anything like that. And so just seeing everyone, one, just all the different faces, all the different
Yeah.
cultures, and everyone was so open-minded and just supportive. I was like, this is incredible. Like, I don't think I would want to be anywhere else other than right here. And so it is definitely really cool. It's a good place to be.
Amen to that.
I love it. Well, tell me about what being an entrepreneur means to you.
Well, I think it means everything, right? Because when you're in corporate America, they tell you what to do, how to do it. And here's the thing about corporate America. If you look at corporate America back in the 30s versus the way it is today, back in the 30s, a family would make on average $4,500 a year. Now, if you were to factor in inflation for that, that would amount to $82,000 in today's dollars. Now, what do you suppose an average family working in corporate America makes today?
Probably around the same, I would say.
Mm-mm, $62,000.
Oh, okay.
So that means people that worked during the Depression are making more than people are today with inflation the way it is. And so we really have a job to do in terms of trying to introduce people to financial literacy, trying to get their house in order, have an emergency fund, show them that really um, you can control your future by being in business. Okay, we have a credible opportunity. Not too many people have this opportunity. And the only reason why we're here is because someone had enough interest in us and saw something in us to bring us into business. It's an incredible opportunity. And one of the things is that you can, number one, control how much you can make. You can an unlimited amount, but it's not about the money. It's about serving other people. And people that are millionaires are completely unsatisfied because they're doing it for themselves. I would rather be helping other people and seeing that they're turning their lives around and become independent. That is so much more fulfilling, and that's great. If you may happen to make money as a result of that, that's a blessing as well. And the other thing is it gives you your time back. And so, the bottom line, I look at someone like Rich Stolley, and I'm in incredible awe of that man. He is incredible. He has a 300-year plan for his family. And so, when's the last time any of us sat down and really thought about it? What are our next 300 years for our family look like? How are we going to create generational wealth and really imprint society and imprint people's lives? And so you can do that here. You can really truly make a difference in people's lives. And so one of the things that people don't realize is that when you're in here, everyone's saying, well, I don't know if it's for you. Well, that's because your mindset, because we have a growth mindset, we're growing and we're constantly changing. I know that I'm not the same person I was when I first came here because of the people that I associate with, the positive people. And yeah, do I make a fool of myself sometimes? That's the fun part of it. Sometimes I do. That's kind of cool, you know. But but it teaches you to dream and have those dreams. And if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And so that's what I love about being an entrepreneur here in our business. And we have so many good people that have achieved it, and they're constantly giving back. They're giving back to the community. And Jace talks about this all the time in the meetings. Wouldn't it be incredible if that you're so financially independent that you can be a blessing to other people? And I can tell you, almost everyone in Tenacity has that mindset. That's what I love about it. And that is something you can pass on to your family, impact your family, your friends. So I just love it. I just love it.
No, I like that. And I can definitely agree with everything you were saying about corporate America. So prior to coming into Tenacity, I had actually been recruited by Apple for their Campus Leader program. And essentially, it's kind of a glorified internship, and it teaches you how to be successful in the corporate world. And one of the things that I always noticed is you couldn't always talk to people at the very top. But for us, it's like, that's not the same. Anytime I have a question, like there's always someone to reach out to, whether whatever stage of business they're in, whatever level they are, even if it's Jay, like I'm pretty sure I texted Jay today. Like, and I had a question, but I really like that. Oh, there was something else you said that gave me a thought. I get so into listening that I forget what I was going to say. Maybe it'll
Well,
come to me.
what I like more than anything else is that we're family here. Even when you're going through challenges, you can talk to your coach or you can talk to other people because they've experienced the same things. And so they will get you through it. It's not like, again, we're not in business by ourselves. We're in business with a whole family here. And like you said earlier on, there's a whole group of people that are willing to help you. I mean, Frank has been, I mean, he's not only my coach, but he's my friend. And I mean, there's just so many people that are within Tenacity that are just hearts of gold. And so again, if your heart's in the right place and you're doing the right thing, you're going to be successful here at Tenacity.
Absolutely. Oh, my thought came back to me. I liked how you were talking about how everyone, again, with having the heart of gold and wanting to give back. I feel like that was something I always wanted to do when I was younger too. I was like, man, I would love to fund a charity or help with a charity or just be able to just go and volunteer and not have to worry about things back home and paying bills. And so Tenacity definitely gives me that opportunity. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I will be. And I know that it's something that I want to do. And so it was something that had kind of been put on the back burner because preparing to work in a corporate world, it just wasn't something that would have been very plausible for me. And so here it's completely different. So I know that one day I'll be able to actually give back the way that I want to. And it's so unique seeing so many people who want to do that and hearing their stories and hearing about the charities that they help and just the people they help in
Oh,
general. So I
oh yeah.
definitely agree with that.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look at Daniel Fombo and you just go, wow, it's amazing. And he gives back to hospitals and other things back in his country. And you just wow, it's amazing. And having people that have a good heart that you want to see them win and you want to see those people win and you want to see your clients win and that's the most important thing, putting their best interest. But that's one of the wonderful things about Tenacity is that we have a group of people that just have the kindest hearts. And I know it's sounding redundant, but it's true. And we're one big family here. You work hard, and one of these days, I want to be able to give back as well. I mean, financial literacy, maybe providing opportunities for kids that are underprivileged. That's kind of my passion. And helping other people any way I can. So it's we're here on this earth to serve, and we're here. God's put us on earth to be a blessing to other people, and so there's a reason each one of us are here. It's not by accident. God placed you here for a reason, and that's for you to serve and make a difference in people's lives.
Absolutely. Well, I am very excited to see you hit all of your goals because I definitely believe that you will accomplish all of those things.
And I'm right here with you. I can't wait to see you. Absolutely, you're killing it now, and I can't wait to see you when you're giving back to other communities as well. I see it, and I'm very excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited as well. I'm very excited. But tell me about one of the biggest mindset shifts that you had to kind of challenge or battle when you came into business.
Well, I kind of allude to it earlier on, and that is fear and getting over the fear and being perfect. You don't have to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfection. Just go out and dive in head first. And so you don't have to know anything. That's why you have people here in the community to help you through that process. So as we learn and as we grow, the more we learn, the more we realize we don't know. And there's always something new to learn. So it's really important to self-educate all the time and learn all the time. And then the other mindset is attitude of gratitude. Just be thankful for every single day for the blessings that we have. And so, what we learned, our friendships, our health, everything. And so I have become a lot more positive in terms of how I look at things than I have before, and that's all because of the leadership and culture here at Tenacity. So, huge mind shift change, definitely.
Absolutely. I like that. And I feel like it's a very different environment too, because in some failure is always like hounded on so hard, but it's like you learn best from your own failures. And so here it's like obviously we don't want to do poorly, but it's like as you're learning, there's no hate on you for not doing everything perfectly, like you said. And I definitely agree with you. One of the things I like to say is it's our imperfections that make us the perfect versions of ourselves. But it's also kind of acknowledging them and being able to grow and accept ourselves and all of those good things that comes with personal development. And I like that. I like that a lot.
Here's an interesting, I mean, we talked about this before in some of our meetings, but um, we live in a microwave society. I think deferred gratification and actually going through challenges is a good thing.
Mhm.
It develops you as a person. You want to have those challenges because you really do become a better version of yourself. It's kind of like a caterpillar going into a butterfly. You're constantly evolving. And so you just want to make sure that you have that patience. You're going to get through the storm. You're going to be a completely different person once you get on the other side of the storm. And just think of bamboo, the story of the bamboo. A person's watering a bamboo for how long? 5 years. And all of a sudden, the fifth year, boom, it takes off. So your explosion is going to happen. Just stay, believe in yourself, stay confident, know that you're serving people. You don't know who you're going to influence on how, based upon how you act, carry yourself, and how you contribute. But be consistent in that and, watch the magic happen. Watch the magic happen.
Absolutely. I love that. And well said. I definitely agree. But tell me about some of your next goals in business.
Well, my next goal is become the next Rich Stolley. No, I'm just kidding. But I'd love that. But my next goal is I like to become an MD by the end of this year, or even sooner. Collapse the time frame, and then we'll once we gain that momentum from MD, carry that into S&D, and then just keep on evolving because the more promotions you have, that means the more people you serve, but more importantly, also the teammates that you bring along for the journey and the opportunity you give them, because this is an incredible opportunity, and so we need to share this incredible opportunity with many people as we can, because there's a lot of people out there that are suffering, and we can change that for people by providing these opportunities for them. So yeah.
No, I love that. I definitely agree. And I feel like there was a part of me too that as I was bringing more people into tenacity and I was becoming a coach and a new form of a leader that I hadn't necessarily seen myself as before, I feel like my team makes me better too. They make me want to be a better leader, to be there for them, and to, I guess, I don't know. I like the idea of bringing in people who you think are doing better than you are.
Oh
And
yes.
so, like, they challenge me just as much as I challenge them. And so, I love that. And I love seeing them grow and seeing other people hit their goals. So, I'm very excited for you. I will be rooting for you over here. And I will be excited to see you hit all of those achievements. But what
Well,
is, oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
What is one of the best pieces of advice that you've received here that you really want to embody and pass forward?
You know what? Just just think that don't worry about things too much, right? A lot of times we get in our own heads, and there's a couple good books out there. Frank recommended Sham Hamstetter. What you say to yourself when you're alone. Our self-talk is so important. So think about this for a minute. 60, 70 years from now, we're not going to be here. So who cares what other people think? Let's make an impact on today, and let's collapse the time frame, because we think we have all the time in the world, and it's like, well, what happens if I'm going to put this off? I'm going to get a life insurance policy 20 years down the line. Oops, my health isn't good now I can't get it. Or I didn't save up for retirement. Do it now. Do it now. And you're going to thank your future self for putting in the work now, whether you're a client, whether you're a teammate, or whether you're an entrepreneur here, whatever walk of life you have, you're going to thank your future self. I mean, your future self is going to thank you for taking those risks. and not worrying about what other people thought about you.
Absolutely. I know another quote too. It's like people won't remember what you said, what you did, what you looked like, but they'll remember how you made them feel. They'll remember
Amen.
exactly how you helped them and those things. But I definitely agree too with the do what you can now, because a little bit about my backstory before I came into Tenacity, I had been bedridden for 8 months. And so I was 22 at the time. So I was one, not expecting to get sick. And I went from being very healthy. I was coaching color guard, I was teaching workout instruction classes. And so I was very fit, very active. And then I got sick. And I'm a very independent person, so I took on paying all of my medical bills on my own for the most part until I couldn't. And had I had something in place sooner, like it would have protected me and saved me one, so much money. Like if I had have had a term on myself, it would have literally covered everything because I was bedridden. I could not drive myself places. I couldn't
Right.
take care of myself. But it's like I didn't know what I didn't know. And now I have those things for myself. So thank goodness I'm healthy again. And I'm able to prepare in case the worst happens later in the future. But it's like it's such a blessing to have those things now, and also being young that I have so much time to let them grow and also just understand it and then share my story with other people, because I've sat with a lot of younger people who were like, I'm not really sure if I need this. And I was like, look, I got sick when I was 22 and I did not expect to. This would have saved me, but we don't know what you don't know, but I can at least protect and help you. And so I like that.
Well, and I think you can be an incredible blessing by sharing your story, what you just shared. So thank you for sharing that. I think that's an awesome story. And I think that something like that transforms you. So, I mean, how do going through that process and being bedridden, how did that transform you? How did that change your mindset about life and everything else?
Oh yeah, so much. I guess touching back with what you said before, like I was always a very positive person, but in my head I had a lot of negative self-talk. And
Right.
then even just like I was very hard on like how I looked, my weight, all of those things. And then I was bedridden and I wasn't able to eat. And so my body did a complete 180 on me because one, I went from being so active to completely immobile. So then losing all of my muscle and like my flexibility was crazy. And so I'm still getting back to myself. But in a lot of ways, I learned to appreciate myself more because I
Mm.
had lost so much of myself. And I was on so many different medications, on, I mean, every antibiotic. There's like gaps in my memory because of how sick I was. I was sleeping so much. I didn't know when I was awake, when I was sleeping. And so now being in a place where I have my mind back, it's like I'm so much more appreciative of who I am and who I've become. And literally, right at the end, as I started to recover, is when Griselda found me and reached out to me. And so it was like the opportunity came at a perfect time. And then I was around people who were equally focused on my own health because I was working with Apple at the time. And so I had to use up all of my sick leave. And then once it was gone, it was gone. I had to go without an income. So being here, there's literally times where Griselda's like, go rest. Let me help you. Like, I can run your 10-minute calls. Don't worry about it. Go sleep. Like, you need to be actively worried about your health and that you're still doing well. And so, having that environment too has made even this whole thing just more of a blessing for me because it's really given me that chance to really recover. But I think mostly I'm just more appreciative of myself, where I am, that I'm getting back to myself, that I still have a ways to go, but I'm not as hard on myself. But I'm also learning to be around the right people who help me and motivate me and keep me going. And I love being able to kind of give that to other people. I think that answers your question.
No, I absolutely answered your question. I love it. And what an inspirational story. I mean, from where you were to where you are right now. And I think Ed Milet had mentioned that the person that you were before that made you unqualified makes you qualified to help someone in that position. So um, that's a great story. I love it. And, it just, I would have never known. And from looking at you, you look like you're in great shape. And I would have never known that you have gone through that and had that experience. And I'm sure it gives you an absolute attitude of gratitude of being in great health because that's something that can go in,
Absolutely.
in a heartbeat. So,
Yeah,
um,
I think I was talking about that with my family the other day. I was like, I did not realize how like strong I used to be until I lost it all. And now I'm like, oh, now, because they always told me, they're like, you're so athletic. Like, you're doing great. Like, you're totally fine. And I was like, but I'm not the best. I'm not doing my best. I could be pushing harder. And it's like, no, I was really in shape. Like, I was doing the most. I just didn't realize it. I think it made me reflect on myself a lot more in a lot of ways that I needed to. So I don't think I'm as critical of myself anymore. But
Good.
yeah.
Wow. Gosh, thank you for sharing. That's an awesome story. And
Of course.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Um, and our wealth is in our health. I mean, I've had some health issues as well and been able to bounce back, thankfully. And one of the things I notice about champions like yourself is that they always have a positive demeanor going into it. You know you're going to get through it. It's a process that you're going to get through. And so mindset is everything when you approach anything, whether it's physical issues or whatever it may be, but it's critical. And I love the fact that you had the right mindset and then you're here with us. Wow, what a champion.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I definitely had my moments where I was like, I've never been so sick in my whole life. And I was like, I just don't know what I was going to do. But I was like, there's going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm going to get better eventually. I'll get there. But I think learning not to be so critical on myself has definitely helped in my recovery because it's like, yes, I can't do everything that I used to do, but I can still get back to there. I can still, and it may be slower than I like, but I'm getting there. And that's a good thing. So.
That's awesome. And I mean, faith and belief, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it as well. I mean, your faith and belief in yourself and faith that you're going to get through this and that you're going to be fine. And we got a whole team here cheering you on. So
Yeah.
awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely a blessing. I don't know who I would be had I not found or Tenacity hadn't found me. Even with the personal development, I'm like, I feel like I'm such a better person for all of it. I think it was definitely meant to be, definitely where I'm supposed to be.
So
But
I agree.
thank you. So my last question for you is if you could nominate anybody for me to interview next, who would it be?
Oh, wow. I have several people that are incredible and um, several people that Natalie and on Valiant, she is incredible. And so that'll be one person. Another person, Vanessa Valenzuela, another person on the team. It's really, really, we have a lot of good people. I mean, I can nominate them all, to be honest with you, but a lot of great people on the team. So
Absolutely. Well, you guys are hearing it here first. I will be coming to find you. You will be next. But thank you so much for coming out and speaking with me. I really appreciate it and your time. And thanks to you, English. And thank you, everybody, for watching our Tenacity Tuesday. That's all. Bye.
thank you, Kayla. God bless you.
Of course, of course.